I think that's underwater exploration, isn't it? Did I get that? Yeah, no, I didn't get that. I thought I got that on. Sorry, I got 12 treasures. Holy shit, that's a shit ton of demons. Nice. There you go, dude. Yeah, that's been going on in trade all day today. Because when you go into your garrisons, the icons appear. When you're not in your garrisons, they're not there. Oh, I need to turn chat off. Global channel 1. Okay. Wow. Well, a little bad dagger. Like the Blizzard default one. Not quite sure. I was going to say, if you wanted to do it on all your tunes, you would have just gone through your one of the folders in your directory. You could just delete that, and that would have reset everything. But I would have to go digging for it. It's been a while since I've had done it. Give me a second. Try the WTF folder account. That's the only thing I can think of that is. Because whatever the game needs to save locally, that's where it saves it to. Yeah. Congrats. Sorry, dude. Yeah, I'm almost finished with it. Nicely done. At least you can max out your professions. It's a wall drop. It's been up there for about 3 or 4 days now, and it's not gonna sell at that price. I would just say get rid of Rico and Escada. What like what target markers or world markers? I know by default with LUI you have a drop down panel for that. You don't have to do LUI. There might be another add-on out there that will do that for you. Mm. And here I am on mine running around naked. What? What are you using? LUI? Oh, so you're actually using LUI now? Okay. It should have come up with a setup. The first time you run it, it should have asked for a setup to do a setup. Did that happen? No, clearly not. Alright, give me a second. Let me get a combat. Yeah, you can. You can. Okay, you see up on your map at the top. You see how there should be a little C up there? Yep, so if you click that, that will open your configuration menu. Hit install first. So you hit C and up along the top you've got toggle tutorials installed, toggle anchors and recent anchors. Hit install first. And that should put you through a short step-by-step process for memory. Yeah, so do that. And that will basically just do some pre-config settings. You don't have to keep with them the way that they set them up, but you can always change it. Um, for memory, it's the chat that pops up in like the text that pops up in the middle of your screen for memory. Yeah, more like your questions info, I think, for memory. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know once you finish that setup process. Yep. So if you go back and hit, so if you go back to your configuration menu and up the top again, how you got toggle tutorials install and toggle anchors. If you hit toggle anchors, you'll bring up like everything. So everything that's there, you can just simply click and drag it. So you can drag it wherever you feel like. What you can also do is if you want, say, like if you look at it, how you got your RAID 40 frames and your RAID frames. If you want them in exactly the same position, you can just type in the X and Y coordinates. You can copy your profiles across. So once you go through and once you hit lock, if you go down and you got profiles, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's an option there saying copy from, and you can choose what character to copy it from. That's just like your fear, your stun, and Battle.net. Yeah, so okay, so you know how for Fallen Protectors you had a boss frame for each mob, each one. That's what that is. So generally, what I do is I just have boss frames and arena frames in pretty much exactly the same position. I can't remember if it's by default or you need to download another small plugin, but you can also have it so Recount and or SCADA or Omen will actually be submerged into one of the bottom chat windows as well by default. So for the what your action bars or oh yeah, you can do it. So basically once you configure where you want stuff, say for your RAID frames, if you go unit frames, click on the plus arrow to expand it. So once you got everything in place, you click lock, and then you got down the left hand side, you got unit frames. And so if you're looking for your RAID frames, it's the fourth bottom one and the second bottom one. Yeah, did you click unit frames and the plus arrow? Yep, so that expands the menu. So then you yep, so RAID frames and 40 frames is say the ones that you wanted to make bigger. What you can do is if you adjust like the width and the height, that will adjust what you want it, what the setting is. Convert to RAID if you want, because you can still quest while you're in a raid. You can quest while you're in a raid now, so. Well, that way you'll be able to see where things are. It'll make it a little bit easier if you want to, when you're adjusting the size, if you want to have a look now, what the sizes are. Like debuffs and such. Yep, yeah. There is, I forget where it is. There's a setting that you can go through and put around. You can, to the point, specify exactly what debuffs you want to show. Like, what I, to the point, like, you could, okay, you can set up to show per debuff that you can dispel or cleanse or whatever, but you could even set it up so, say there was two different poisons on it and boss encounter. Okay, say it was on my paladin and there was two different poisons that was going out, and if I was getting one of the ones that went on myself or anyone else, you could type it in to ignore that debuff so it wouldn't show that one. What do you mean to change the specs? Oh, your micro bar. Press N. The default keybind for that is N. But if you go back to anchors, wherever you got your micro bar set up, that's where that bar's looking for, that you got on. So you're looking for your specialization and talents. That's on the micro bar. Press I. Press I. That's how's that weird? That's well, that's the thing. It skins everything. Like this UI skins everything, so everything matches. Well, that's the thing. Okay, you got C by default your character, P P is your spellbook and specialization. Y achievements, L for questlog, J for guild, I for group finder, Shift J for the dungeon journal, Shift P for collections. So it just goes off the base keybinds. Okay, you see your nameplate. Right click on that and leave party. That's right. Where you've got like your nameplate. No, you should still have a nameplate. You don't? Really? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like that player nameplate, if you wanted it, you could position that up in the top left, your top right hand corner, whatever, if you wanted to. But and that's the thing. Like with your player frame, by default, there's a cast bar snapped below that. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is you can move them independently. It's the same with the cast bar for your target. That could be moved independent of your target if you wanted to. And effectively with this, there is a way. Let me just double check before I open my mouth. Yeah, so effectively you could almost use the evil UI frames as grid as well. Yeah, well, that's the best thing about evil UI. Like, it's got a lot of things that you would normally have like 3 or 4 add-ons, different add-ons showing. Not really. Yeah. Yeah, but like going back to SCADA, why I'm saying use SCADA because the threat meters SCADA uses less resources for memory than what recount does. You also have built-in threat meters to SCADA now, so you don't have to use Omen and recount together. I'm just saying if you did, what? Yeah, good idea, Tank. I love trolling Horde when they kill rares with me. Drop capacitor time to stun the rare. It stuns the Horde as well. Yeah, I would say Pokemon. Bulbasaur and Charmander. Yep, I am a classic boy. Yep, go configure, general. Sorry, underneath second one underneath general bags, and then just then where it's got enable at the top, just tick that, and that will put you back. That will pretty much put it back to default Blizzard bags. Didn't come up with what we were looking for. From memory, that's hard coded into the game. You can't change that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen that happening with my Lights Hammer. How the animation kind of it clicks under. Like there's a lot of areas that I've been noticing like they haven't. And like honestly, it's minor things. It's only a minor thing, I reckon. Like as long as you put your cursor, like your mouse where you want the center to go, you should know the range anyway. So well, that's what I reckon. Maybe it's a fresh 100. I don't know. It's hard to say. Mm, I don't know if I'm going to make it out of the zone before my bags fill. Yeah, you can reposition all that anyway. So mm. What for DBML big weeks? Um, it's built in, but for actual seconds, I don't know because because for EF and like Bob's and that I put on, for me it just shows a square. For me, if I bop you, it shows a blue square. If I hand out a sacrifice or salvation, it's a yellow or red square. If it's an EF, it's yellow. But at the same time, it for me it puts it puts the square on different parts of the action of your frame. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's one of those things that you're gonna have to just sit down and feel with yourself. Like I don't know everything with it. Your bottom right or your bottom left? Uh, okay. If you make that on, okay, you make that on your. Well, no, what you do is if you create a new window saying, okay, if you right click on general and create a new window and just call that guild, right click on that and go settings, and then you can just tick what you want to show. And then if you want that like down the bottom right hand side, just click on the guild tab and drag it and drop it over that right square. Well, so you go. That should be there. Have a look up the top. Alright. Well, yeah, if you look when you go if you go into your config underneath general, there should be micro bar, I think it is. Yeah, if you expand action bags, micro bar, and then it might be disabled at the moment. Yep. I honestly really very use that. Well, you want guild chat, don't you? So you made a chat window down the bottom left. If you click and drag that across the right and drop it in that right, it will automatically embed in there. So what, like just your guild chat, or what do you mean? Yeah, so there's no one actively talking guild at the moment. Okay, so once again, right click on general and go settings, and then untick whatever you don't want. See where you've got your guild, that's where I have my SCADA embedded. Yeah, if you see that little arrow down the bottom right, okay, you can't you can't hide that window in there. So if you lock and then just exit out of config, if you look down the bottom right, there's a little arrow underneath that bar, that window. If you click on that, that will toggle that entire window on and off. But at the moment I don't have it because for some reason it's broken at the moment. But I used to have SCADA actually embedded in that window. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I have. Like between those two chat windows. Not recently, but you can go through. You can go. Yeah, well, I'm on my shaman. Hang on, give me a second. What? Oh, frequency FM. Where is it? I gotta move these across to YouTube. Have a flick through that one there. I'm pretty sure that one's our last raid. Yeah, that one is our last raid. Well, what you do is you go into your configuration, unit frames, and then your raid frames, and you just go through and fiddle with their width and height. So what you go into configuration, unit frames, raid frames, and then where you got the sliders that say width and height. Yeah, see, you expanded raid frames, didn't you? Yeah, so yeah, right down the bottom. Yeah, so you see how you got those sliders there for height and width? They go through and adjust the size of those actual frames, like those individual frames. So that's what I've simply done is I've just got in there before, like, while the group's forming one day, I'm just fiddled with the sizes. Well, okay, if you well, unless you got a pet out, it won't show the pet frame. Like like if you wanted to like disable your arena frames because you don't ever plan to do arena, what you can do is click on arena frames and where it's got enabled, just untick enable, and then if you go back into your config, you're not gonna have. Oh, it's still there for me, but yeah, you just simply do that. The other Yeah, the other thing you can do is when you go invite you to party first. Yeah, if you when you go toggle anchors, right? Yeah, what I was gonna say is you see how you got the drop down just above lock? How you got the drop down above? So so this is when you're in your config menu. So you got config mode and then you got the drop down. So you can actually go through and configure it to a specific environment. So what you could do is you can configure it so there's a certain way for a 5-man group. You can configure it so it's certain mode for arena. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Now, in saying that, it's a little bit funny at the moment going from heroic to mythic. I was finding because yeah. So just keep that in mind. You might need to do a bit. So what do you? So what do you mean? So do you want to have them there, or you actually want to disable them? Because there's two ways you can do it. You can okay, so just configuration action bars, and then you click on the specific action bar that you want to, and then you just tick enable. So that's that. So the way I have it on Valley is I have bar 1 and 6 stacked on each other, 2, 4 down my left, 3, 5 down my right. And I use bar 1 and 6 are set up exactly the same, but I set my one keybind, one's Crusader Strike on one, and hammer hammer is 2 on the other one. So I press when I toggle between AOE and single target, I just press caps. That's fine. That's fine. Like action, like the I know. Okay. So what you do is with action bar 6, so where it says button per row, just make that 3. So that action bar will only have 3 buttons. So you see how you got the slider that says button per row? So that's the thing, like if I wanted to on Val, um, I could have all my cooldowns on an action bar in the middle of my screen where I have my weak auras, if I chose to do it that way. Hang on, yep, I think I told you the wrong one. Okay, so you got buttons per row, button size, button spacing, and button spacings. You got buttons. Yeah, sorry, my mistake, dude. Yeah, so if you were to go when you go from Tucky, when you change your anchors, if you were to change that drop down to raid, I'm pretty sure when you go into raid, that's where they'll go. Like I just have my UI set up the same way, no matter what I do tanking wise. Alright, while I'm on this flight path, I'm gonna go get a drink. Alrighty, I'm back. It automatically saves. It automatically does it, and that's what I mean. You can copy from if you choose to as well. Oh, frenzy decent. Ah, so what do you think so far? Mm, what do you mean? Oh, the in I don't. Okay, that menu's there locked, but you can go through and actually target the position that's in underneath. Pretty sure that's in anchors. Hang on. That's something different. Okay, with the road controls, it's slightly different. If you hold control and right click, you can move it. But for memory, it only can be moved along the top. Like it can, it has to snap. It's, it has to. Yeah, no, get out of that. Like get out of the anchors and get out of the config menu. Now close the road control menu so you just got the road control. And if you hold, just right click on it, you can move it. Yeah, but the thing is, it will snap. It has to snap. It has to, or it can snap to the bottom. Like it either has to snap to the very top or the very bottom. Except me. Really? Hang on. What? What was your username? Rolly Sound. Yeah, yeah. That one. There's the last one that was there that was put through. Like I can see him, but I don't look at him. Was Light Banana. That was on Monday at 11:20, and then your mate just now, 40 minutes ago. That's the only two that are there. Mm. It's hard to say why it hasn't gone through then, dude. See, I don't like Agent for that reason. Because I can't be bothered to sort through my bags. Hmm? Yeah. 99. 20k booty. That's coming out of your cut, care. That's coming out of your cut then. Yeah, so Carrie, Kangas, and myself gets 5k and you only get 4. You too, mate. Later. You mean shift 1, shift 3, shift 4? Okay, let's. There you go for it. Yeah, but what you can do is if you find that you have it one way that you like it, you can log on and then go copy from whatever tune and then modify. Yeah. You know how I went through and deactivated all those followers yesterday? I had to reactivate one of them today. So I was sitting there thinking, I swear I have a follower that had the blacksmith trait. I have a look at my followers, and yeah, it's one of the ones I deactivate. I deactivated it. That's a level 2? That's at level 2. I'll talk to myself. Almost got my next 100 for followers. I think I sit there for a while. Excuse me. That will level you. Will do. Yeah. Not as yet. It's been happening all day for the war bosses. Yeah, well, we all know how that went down for me, didn't we? Joining the trading pool, thinking, oh yeah, I can go from trade materials when I want, how I want, and no, it's a fucking work order. I still gotta have a look at it. Um, yeah, I'll have to have a look check. Yeah, the bonus armor's tempting, but let me have a let save it for now, and then I'll have a look at. I need to get mine going. Yeah. Can I ask a stupid question? Has anyone noticed their miners in their mine being extremely lazy today? Like just your miners standing around doing nothing? Yeah, so it's not too bad. Yeah. Now let's see if I can upgrade this to level 2. Builds herb, gets herb, unlocks herb mine, and well, alright, finally getting double draconic seeds now. Um, you've got that. You look at your yeah, you look at your action bar. You got your number on the left hand side of that. Sorry, you got your player bar there. The number on your left hand. I have to buy the plan. Mine to herb too. I forgot about that. Now, how's this? How's this? I just unlocked my mine and my herb garden, and they're both going to be upgraded right now. I'm happy I rang Telstra today. Are you finished? Have you? Well, I rang Telstra today because when we move next month, we move on the 17th. Telstra, the NBN's going to be in there on the 18th installing the fibre for me. So I go one day without my fibre connection. I'd love to know how she's got it unlimited. So what? I need to go and sleep with someone from Telstra to get unlimited. 130 for 500. 100 down, 40 up. Let's think. If I could get unlimited, it would be fine because at the moment, considering how much I've been streaming this month, I've been reaching my cap. I think I'm almost at my cap. So, the 29th. With like the 24-hour streaming the 27-hour stream, yeah, that for some reason somehow took me up almost to 250 gig. Hang on. Pardon? What was that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm not concerned because that I'm not concerned about this month because I get 3 top ups a year for free, so it resets my data. So if I cap this week, it's just going to be, you know what? Yep, reset it, please. No, they just reset. They reset the data. No questions asked for the month. So potentially next month, if I wanted to. Right. I'm feeling good because I'm almost to the point that I wanted to be before I went to bed tonight. Yeah, and it's going quite fast as well, I hear. Yeah. No, I want to get salvage yard on my shaman tonight before I go to bed, so I just got into Spice of Iraq, so it's going to be about another hour and a half, and I'll have it. 100 up, 40 down. Sorry, 100 up. Sorry, 100 down, 40 up. Yeah, hang on, give me a second. 130, and that's combined landline as well. Yeah, well, last time I checked, they couldn't do better. Yeah, like that's yeah. Well, that's what I'm currently got now, but I am streaming as well, so that's why my uploads reduced. Yeah, well, I'm hoping by the end of the week I'll have my scrubbers going. You will admit, I do like the rares this X pack over what the rares were in Warlords. I'm sorry, in Mop. Well, no, what I mean is how like in Mist, no matter what type of rare you went against, they all did the same abilities. Like no matter what level they were. Where every single rare in Warlords is different. If you get what I mean by that. Yeah, you can make the deck, but you can't hand the deck in until the actual fair. Because un, unlike the way it used to be, is you used to be able to hand the deck in no matter what time of year it was. Where these days is no, you can only hand it in like the current decks. You can only hand them in when the actual fair's up, which is a better way to do it. Why? Because you have you had a play. Don't worry, I was had it playing. I'm thinking, hang on, I'm streaming at the moment. I shouldn't have that open. Not that it would affect me that much, but still. You know, I'm not gonna get smugglers. I'm gonna get the other one for my shaman just to get it leveled quicker. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, hopefully my net's not gonna change that much because it's gonna be the same exchange as well that I'm on. What, 2Ks, 3Ks? Like, it's still incredibly close. Not much less. Like, literally, the new place is only around the corner. Go on. Yeah, it's not much better. Yeah, it's not much better than the rest of Australia. Yeah, but still, like that's. Oh, I'm gonna say what, a couple of Ks, or right next to it. No, yeah, nice. You know, it doesn't look too bad. Like you'll find once you start raiding. Like this weekend, like the next couple of weeks is going to be good for you because you can just zone into molten core and fiddle with it until you get it to the point that you like it. Uh, whoops. Whoops. I chain lightning a level 100 hunter. I was just tapping as I was grinding mobs and I tag and this mob just sits there and he turns around. I went, ah, oh, fuck. Well, stuff was your own bloody fault, alright? Why? Fuck off, mate. 3, 2, 1, hero, bang, 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 bang. Come here, you fucking bastard. What is? So what you're saying is you're gonna have to become a yeah, you're gonna have to keep one now. Yeah, really everything I have is keybound. Like if you if you were to keybind everything, yeah, it would take you a little bit to get used to it, but you would notice an improvement. Yeah, especially when you get like your quick proxy you want to get off. Yeah, I mean, I was the same way, but you can adjust. What, you tanking, are you? Yeah, chuck me an invite. I'm 96 now. You do have me on Real ID, you know. Oh, yeah, you're level 94, aren't you? You're not... well, well, once again, the best thing that is going to help people, and I don't think if people realise this yet, Modern Core, you go through and do your own combat logs. No? Iron dogs. um, people say enhancement shit. I don't have meters running. You got lost? It's on cooldown for some reason. Yeah, he always does that. Yeah, don't hit him while he's doing that. I'm gonna do a Care Bear. What was my DPS? So 8.5, that's almost on tier with rogues at Hunt 615 item level. And you're saying you're telling me enhancement is shit. Yeah, it's once again, it depends on the player, and it also depends if they fully utilize the class. Like, it comes down to a hunter as well. Like, it comes down to the actual player that's doing the hunter. You know how to get all four, don't you? I'm just going to clear out the trash then. RNG, dude. Why did I swap my totem there? Haha. Stack them up. There's a capacitor totem down. Did you just grip me? Where the fuck's my perch? I've got here for this one. Also depends on the paladin dude as well. No, because he... Which one was that one? The Iron Star one? Yeah. Well, that's the thing, like, once you've done it once, you know how to do it anyway. Oops. Don't charge off, thank you. Why did I pop everything early? I don't have my meters really set up to watch HP. No, there isn't. Second last boss stocks. There is an achievement. Iron docks. Yeah, you just basically gotta avoid pulling trash. Oh, so you basically gotta clear all the trash minus the pats. Has this been changed? Yeah, but you still took damage with that. Yeah, but the thing is, that wouldn't count for the achievement. And I just put the wrong totem down. Oh well. Actually, that's an idea. Oh no, you can't do rocket boots as a device. No, trust me, I just thought, oh, maybe for the achievement I could go and get like a rocket boot device for Val and just charge up and get the boss. And no. You know what? I'm still keep on forgetting Unleashed is not a ranged ability anymore. You know, I'm honestly tempted to see if I can run a macro so I can only use it when I'm in melee. Yeah, it gives me a buff, but like, it's kind of, it's not worth me just casting, like, yeah. Like, I'm honestly tempted to macro it into my lava lash. Because for me, it increases my next fire attack um by 60%. Yeah, you weren't going to get away with that much HP. Death Knight just rides past me on 25% HP. Yeah. Pop Spirit Walk and he gets away a bit more, so go, okay. I'll just pop Ascendance, mate. Dismounted him. He turned around and he went, popped AMS and turned around, just kept on running. And I went, nah, I've got you, mate. Congrats, dude. It's been. It's changed. I haven't even looked to see what it is. Where's my Ascendance tooltip? Shaman transfers into an air ascendance for 15 seconds. While in this form, auto attacks and storm strikes become wind attacks. So it's still basically the same thing. Like it is a new icon. I can tell you that much. It is definitely a new icon. But apart from that, it's yeah. No, you unlock to start getting the fragments and all that. That's then like mostly towards the end of next week. I'll mostly do some more grinding, like heroics, just to try to get Warforged stuff. But like actively, I just want to try to get my other tunes up now. That's the thing. Like there was, well, that's well, effectively, you look at it this way: the people that are going to put in I reckon the people that put in the effort to get an alt to go through and help funnel gear towards mains, they're going to get preference for gears, I reckon, on the heroic runs. Now, touch wood, that may not happen, but I think that's the way it's going to happen. Yeah, well, in saying that, like now you got the fact like we're all going to be a suitable footing, so that's going to be take a bit more. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to go home away from home, and that will give me the 15% buff, the 20% buff.